everyone. Welcome in my YouTube channel. This is task 18A for database. You work for a small garage called Dodgy Dave's Motor. These garage sells used cars. Using a suitable database package, import the file car.csv, assign the following data types to the field. In the field names, and this is the section of data type, you have to know that in the field name, you have to reduce the name to make it only one word or two words using underscore between them with a meaningful data or field names. For example, who manufactured the car, so you can write manufactured instead of this, or in here, price that we bought the car for, we can say purchase price. So we can make it P price or purchased underscore or purchased underscore price. Here in price that we will sell the car for, so we can write instead of this as price. Year is okay, model is okay, color is okay, extras is okay. Does the car need cleaning? You can write clean. So we can choose yes or no, or valid, okay? Some field names are inappropriate. Create appropriate and meaningful field names for those fields. You may add another field as a primary key field in your software requires this. So he asked you to do what? To change the inappropriate names with a meaningful name. And then he asked you to add another field as primary key. Okay, how can we change these names? You can change it by using two methods. Of course, the file car.csv, we can open it in Excel, and then we can change it in this Excel workbook that we change the inappropriate field name, and we can, after this, import the file after you editing in Excel workbook. Or you can import it as it is. So after you import it in database package or access, you can change it inside the database access. We can do both ways now, but to make it more sensible, so we can make it before we import it, okay, to database package or in Access, so Microsoft Office Access. You can change it first in Excel workbook. You can edit it, and then after this, to import it. We'll start with the first method. Okay. Of course, you will have these files, as he mentioned. We can bring file cars.csv. When I open it, it will be opened in Excel package. And you can open it like this, and you can change the name here. This is the title of the name. We can make it like this to make it more clear. Okay, I can change these names by deleting. For example, model, car, price. I can say Maybe you can say B for book, B price, or price that we bought the car for, or P for purchased, P price, and I delete another. Okay, then this is price that we will sell the car for, and I can make it like this. S for sell, and remove extra data, and this is here the same, and then cleaning, I can write clean instead. Okay, oh, and now we can save it, file, save as, in the same folder with cars 1. You have to keep your original. You have to keep your original files, cards, and change it by change the new one after you edit it. Cars 1.csv as it is. Okay, now after we close it, I can tell you, after I import it and finish the task, I can repeat this task with editing the field name inside the database access. Okay, now I have to open access by many ways. Okay, you can write access here and it will be opened, and then you can find the table automatically, the new table automatically, and you can remove it and add or import the new file that you need, or by clicking like this in this free space, any free space on the desktop, in this location, whatever. And you can open at Microsoft Access database, and you can rename it here. For example, task 18E, for example, and we can rename it anyway. Okay, 18E. Now we can open it, and you can find there is no default table displayed here. And you can see there is no activated icons. Because of this yellow ribbon, you can click on enable content, so you can do anything that you like. From external data, you can bring or import your file. As we mentioned in the class, that .csv is one of the text file, the format of .csv, the extension CSV, not XLSX. It's not type of Excel formatting. Whatever that it seems in Excel sheets when we open it, but we consider it as text file. So I will not choose Excel. I will choose text file from file. And then from this text file window, to get external data, click on browse, keep the regular button at the same and the first to import the source data, because there is a common mistake between students that they change it to link to the data source by creating a link table. Please try to avoid this error. So keep this to import the source data into a new table. It is a new table, okay? So I keep it as it is. So I go back to my folder 18. To choose cars, okay? Choose cars. No, I will choose now cars 1, okay? Because I edited already. Then, okay, you can see now this window with what? Import text wizard. You can find two radio button. You have to keep it in the first selection, auto selection. Delimited characters such as comma or tab separate each field. As you see here, any content is separated with comma. So I keep it here as it is. The delimited character such as comma. So I next to split these content in the field by using columns, not a comma. As you see, choose the delimiter that separates your fields. As the same, keep it as comma. And then, as you see here, you have to check if you have any field with a field names, so you have to tick on the first row contains field names. If you keep it like this, he will rename by himself, the axis will rename the fields with something like this. Field 1, field 2, field 3, and make the manufacturer and model and color. Keep it as a content as the same as Mercedes, as whatever the other contents in the field. So it's not accurate. You have to check first if there's any title in the field in each column. So I have to tick to split the field names from the content of the field. Then next, and you can find the advanced button. You have to check from you. It is preferred to check here if you have any data, date data or anything. You have to check whatever he asked you to DMY, the format of or the order of data of date. So DMY or DYM or NDY. So in UK Cambridge, they prefer it to be DMY. You have to check. Then as you see, it's delimited with delimiter, comma. You keep it and you can check 4-digit years. Yes, check it as it is. If it is not in the exam paper or in the question, you untick this one. And you have to check the data type here. This is the new name in cars 1 file that you change it. So manufacturer short text, yes, it's text as you see here. And model is text as we mentioned before. The data type, we have how many data types? We have alphanumeric, text, any mobile phone numbers, and numeric. We have sub data types such as long integer, double for decimal numbers, and date and time, okay? And Boolean data type, which is true, false, yes or no, 0, -1, and so on. So you can change, of course, the P price to make it, the currency, change it to currency, okay? And then price is price, currency, because you can add any decimal number in the currency. Maybe you can put it as 2 decimal places, and so on. Here, let it as it is, long integer, and short text, no. The last one, clean yes or no, or valid yes or no. So you can choose is Boolean, data type, yes or no. Then you can write, okay, you can change the data type from here. This is the manufacturer field name, and then you can choose if it is short text or no, and so on. But we prefer to use this advanced button to open this window to make any changes or to check every detail in your data types. Okay, then next, he asked us in the task to add another or to add primary key. He didn't mention that we choose any primary key from our data. As you see here, there is no appropriate field chosen as primary key. Primary key, that there is no repeated data. It's a unique data in each record. Okay, and every record in the table, the records in the table, there is no replicated or duplicated records. Okay, so no one can we can use it as an ID or code. So we can make let access add our primary key. So if we have a specific primary key in our table and he asked us to use it, we can use it. For example, in our question here, some field names are inappropriate. Create an appropriate and meaningful field names for those fields. You may add another field. So we have to add another field, okay, as a primary key field if your software requires this. Okay, our software requires a new field. We use it as primary key because we don't have any code, any ID, any specific primary, any specific field that we can use it as primary key. So I keep access add primary key. So next, finish, close. You can see here, this the primary key that the access added, and this is the data. You can click in this corner to select all the entire sheet and you can edit all the data size to be auto-filled, make the cells auto-fit the content. As you mentioned here, double click between the two fields, okay? You have to change, you have to see that the pointer change it from white plus or arrow, okay, white arrow. You have to move it over this line between the two columns or the two fields. If you change it to this black plus, then double click on it to auto fit the content, or you can resize it by resize right or left the cell, for example, like this. Okay, so I need to auto fit, double click on it. As you see in the clean, there is yes or no, but not in yes or no data type. The description of yes or no, okay, we have to make it clear for the user, not tick or untick the check button. Okay, so we have to change these to yes or no. And also we have to check that there is 2 decimal places in the price, S price and P price. How can we do it? Go to Home tab. Again, you can see the views sections or the views group. You can change it to design view. As you see this key in yellow, this is, which means that primary key, this field is a primary key, okay? When I hover over it, this is the tips. This field is part of the table's primary key, okay? So we can leave it as number, as it is. And here, this text, this is the size, field size. The short text 255 byte. And then the currency. Instead, this is the currency. You can go to confirm that this is the currency. Okay. And then in the decimal places, instead of auto, you can change it whatever the number he asked you. In this type, 2 decimal places and another field as price, as you see, you can go to the general tab of this format. Then to confirm this is your currency data type, and instead of decimal places auto, we can change to 2 decimal places. Okay, then you can go to yes or no, and go here to format and choose yes or no. But sometimes when we check our sheet, you will not find that they change it to yes or no, as here. Save it. Don't change it in the clean. Okay, they keep the price of sell price or purchase price with 2 decimal places. Okay, but clean, there is no yes or no. How can we fix this problem? There is no problem. You can go to lookup and you can find this checkbox. He fixed it in a checkbox. So I have to change it to text box. Text box. After you change it to text box and save it, you can save it from here, right click save, okay, or save it from here, and then you can go back to the sheet. You can find that clean field becomes yes or no. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I can do that quickly, how to import a file and change the data type of it without editing outside the database. How can I change this inside the database? For example, I will import it. So I close this one. I will import my original files, text file, cars, not cars 1, because cars 1 I changed it in Excel. Then I keep this selected. The first import the source data into a new table. So okay, and I say next. Then check on first row contains field name. And then you can see that the names of the field still as inappropriate way. Okay, so next. And I go to change the data type as if I like from here, but we said that we prefer to check everything in this window. So in price, I can change it to currency, and the other price to currency, and This the last one. I have to change it to yes or no. Boolean data type. Say okay. Then next. Then let access add primary key. Okay, and then finish. Close the window. This is my new new file. Okay, so I can change everything from here. For example, I can go to home to choose the design view and then go to the data type of currency to make sure here currency from this drop down arrow currency and select 2 decimal places instead of auto decimal places. And also we can do this. Go here. To decimal places and then go to yes or no. And you see that we have to select yes or no from this drop-down list, yes or no, and go to lookup to check if it is check text box or no. We can find that is check box, no text box. So you change it to text box. Then, okay, save it. Okay, and you can change the name of everything from here. Price, S price, and you can remove the extra letter. And then save it again. And you can open your sheet to see it. You can find, select this corner, and auto fit. You can find all the data. Field name, change it to the appropriate name field, and then you can change, you can see that the clean data type, change it to no or yes, and also the price with 2 decimal places with the currency symbol. Thank you.